While the advances by the warring sides were stopped in other regions, the area of Popasnaya became the main foothold for the advance of Russian-led forces in the Donbass region. The assault on Severodonetsk continues. Fighting reached the outskirts of the city. Russian-led forces established control and completely mopped up the Shedersevo district. The AFU attempt to reinforce their positions from Lysychansk. They are transferring military equipment through the last bridge remaining between the two cities. The reinforcement of the AFU grouping in the Severodonetsk region is a very risky decision for the Ukrainian military command. Almost all the main roads leading to the cities have been cut off. Advancing from Popasnaya, Russian-led forces have recently taken control over the villages of Viskriva, Tripole, and Novaya Kamenka. The AFU acknowledged that Russian-led forces had reached the town of Soldar. This threatens the main supply road for the armed forces of Ukraine in the Severodonetsk region. On May 22nd, the AFU recognized the loss of Vladimirovka. The village is located to the east of Bakhmut, where Ukrainian forces are already being shelled by Russian artillery. To the north of Popasnaya, Russian-led forces are surrounding the AFU grouping in Kamyshovaka. The battles follow the Kamyshovaka-Vitorovka-Lipove line. The AFU grouping in the Severodonetsk-Lysychansk region that accounts for about 12,000 servicemen risk being surrounded by Russian-led forces. The Ukrainian military command does not change tactics and prepares for heavy fighting on the streets of another large Ukrainian city. The Ukrainian servicemen are already reinforcing their positions in the industrial facilities in the city, preparing another fortress for Ukrainian resistance. The AFU decision to fight on the streets of Severodonetsk to the bitter end will lead to the same destruction that the city of Mariupol faced. Kiev's attempts to justify the fall of the Azovstal garrison in Mariupol and present the surrender of the most ideologically motivated military formations as an evacuation supervised by Ukrainian intelligence failed. The ongoing interrogations and identification of the Ukrainian militants involved in crimes committed against the civilians as well as Russian prisoners of war clearly indicate that the Ukrainian Nazi fighters should not avoid a trial and punishment. While the AFU are retreating on the Donbass front lines, the Kiev regime is selling Ukraine's statehood to the West. Zelensky decided to grant Polish citizens a special status. They reportedly received the rights to hold elective positions, become judges, get access to secret data, etc. The Ukrainian authorities are putting the remaining territory under Poland's control. In exchange, the Polish military is expected to support the Ukrainian army.